Hello, we are discussing about GATE 2011 ECE paper. Look at the unity negative feedback configuration with forward path transfer function as h of s is equal to 100 by s into s plus 10 whole square. Generally, we will use h of s for a feedback transfer function, but it is given as for the forward path transfer function. So we don't go for this h because unnecessarily it is giving confusion. So we will write it as g of s and h of s is this one. So we will write it as g of s itself, okay, to avoid confusion. Next, for this one we need to calculate gain margin of the given closed loop transfer function. Okay, gain margin can be calculated as reciprocal of magnitude of GH when omega is equal to omega p. First we need to calculate magnitude at omega is equal to omega p, where omega p is phase crossover frequency at which the phase angle is changing from minus 180 degrees. Okay, so omega p can be calculated at omega is equal to omega p. Angle of GH should be equal to minus 180 degrees. Remember this one. Okay, so first of all we need to write the angle of GH. First we need to write the expression for the GH, then you have to write the phase angle for that one, then you need to equate it to minus 180 degrees, find the value of omega, that omega is called as omega p, and then after knowing the omega p value you must calculate magnitude g of h at that frequency of omega p. Then take the reverse, that is reciprocal, 1 by that g of h is equal to gain margin. Okay, so step 1 is nothing but calculate omega p, and step 2 is calculate gain of GH at omega is equal to omega p. Then you have to calculate gain margin, which is nothing but 1 by GH. Okay, so GH is nothing but h of s is unity 1. So g of s into h of s is same as g of s. So GH is going to be given as 100 by s plus s, 100 by s into s plus 10 whole square, s into s plus 10 whole square, and you can replace s with j omega, so it will be equal to 100 divided by j omega times of j omega plus 10 whole square. Now I will write the phase angle. GH is equal to, phase angle GH is equal to, okay, there is no zero present, that is in the expression, so only poles. First one is at origin will give directly minus 90 degrees, and this is a double pole at minus 10. Double pole at minus 10 is, you can calculate using a single pole and multiply with 2, so 2 times of phase angle of single pole, so minus 2 tan inverse of omega by 10. Phase angle is tan inverse of imaginary by real. Okay, and this must be equated to 180 degrees. By that time the omega is going to be omega p. So use this equation. At omega is equal to omega p, phase angle must be equated to minus 180. So this expression now I am equating it to minus 180 degrees, and I am changing this omega to omega p. So now after simplification you will get minus tan inverse omega p by 10 is equal to minus 180 plus 90. So this will be minus 90, minus get cancels, and 2 if it goes this way, so this 2 also removed, and this will become by 2, so it will be equal to 45 degrees. So tan inverse of omega p by 10 is equal to 45 degrees. Take inverse tan on both sides, so omega p by 10, tan inverse 45, which is nothing but 1. So omega p is equal to 10 radians per second. Now you got the omega p, first one. Next you need to calculate magnitude. Magnitude of g of GH is equal to, magnitude of GH is equal to, okay, we know the transfer function already, GH this is, and for this one 100 divided by, okay, omega into square root of, okay, j omega plus 10. J omega plus 10 can be written as a plus jb if you have At that time magnitude is square root of a square plus b square. So a square plus b square, which is 10 square. That is for only 10 plus j omega, but above there is a square. So you must write square and root get cancels. So this will be equal to 100 by omega into omega square plus 100. And now you need to calculate GH at omega is equal to omega p. So replace omega with omega p, and now you can write it as 100 divided by omega p into omega p square. Omega p value is 10 and omega p square is 100 plus 100. So this will be 100 divided by 200 into 10, which is nothing but 2000. So which will be equal to 1 by 20, and now gain margin is equal to 1 by GH at omega is equal to omega p. So that is nothing but 1 by 20. So 20 is the gain margin, but you must specify this, convert it into decibels. So gain margin in decibels. Gain margin in decibels is equal to 20 log gain margin. So this can be written as 20 log 20, which will be equal to 26 decibels. Which will be 26 decibels. So the right answer for this question is 26 decibels.